Hey there! Welcome to the channel where you will find love, laughs, and DIYs. My name is Crafty Kathy, and I'm so happy and thankful that you stopped in to craft with me this evening. This week I've been working on some amazing spring DIYs that I'm going to use in my own home. I hope that you find a lot of good inspiration from these and that you enjoy this video. So let's just jump on in. The first one is a bunny wreath. I've been trying to challenge myself lately and do some more wreaths and practice a little bit more. And I came across a tablecloth wreath the other day. So I'm going to use this little bunny form from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use 3 tablecloths. They're the rectangle. I'm going to use 1 pink, 1 blue, and 1 white. The other day I was watching DIY with Nadia, and she makes some beautiful wreaths. Well, she had one of those round Dollar Tree wreaths, the 14-inch, and she was making this tablecloth wreath with that. And I thought, I want to try it with the bunny form. All you do is you open up your tablecloth, and you're going to cut it in half. And then the next step is you're going to cut that piece in half once more. And so you're going to have a total of 4 pieces at this point. Well, the 2 pieces that are on the end, the way that they are made, you're going to have to kind of open them up and cut straight down the middle of those. Because if you don't, it's going to be just closed and you're not going to be able to use it. So you're going to have a total of 6 strips. They're about 1.5 inches wide. And don't worry about if it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect, trust me. But all you do is you bend them in half and you cut that half. And then you're going to just like cut the little corners to make it look like a little fence post. You see here, I'm just taking it and bending it over. And like I said, you don't have to be precise about this. And you make a cut. Then you're going to take the piece that you just cut in half and just cut the ends to make it look like a little arrow or like a little fence post, you know, like a little picket fence. And like I said, do not worry and stress out about the pieces not being perfect. They are not going to be. But in the end, this is the prettiest wreath. You will not believe what it turns out looking like. So you go through your 3 tablecloths, the pink, the blue, and the white, and you're going to do this to all of them. You're going to cut it in a total of 6 pieces, and then you're going to cut the little picket fence pieces, and then you just put them all together according to their color. The little bunny wreath form is only a 9.75 inch, and it has 4 different sections. And each of those sections has the 3 little rungs. All you're going to do is take one of your pieces, and don't take 2 or 3. They stick together, trust me. So just make sure that you're getting 1 piece. And all you're going to do is tie it. Don't worry about trying to double tie it or anything like that. It's going to hold together simply because of the way the material is. So all I'm going to do is tie it. And I'm going to do 2 of each color. Like here, I started off with the white one. And so I'm going to do 1 more white. And just try to keep your colors in order the way that you've got them going. The first 2 I did white. And then the second 2 I'm going to do those blue. And then the next 2 are going to be pink. And then I'm going to start right back over again with the white, blue, pink, white, blue, pink. And I'm going to keep going until that first little rung is filled up. Now to totally complete this wreath, I think it took me about 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. I'm not going to lie, it's very time consuming, but it's very repetitive and easy. You're just doing the same thing over and over. You're tying 2 of each color. And then when you do get finished with that rung, you kind of squish them together so that they will be fluffy and pretty. And it's going to look sparse at first, but don't worry. When you finish, it's going to be full and beautiful. When I finished my first 3 rungs in that first section, this is what it looks like. And look how full and beautiful this is. And you just kind of use your hands to fluff it out. And like I said, These are the first 3 rungs. If you want to, you can just do the very inside one and the middle one, and it's going to be full. But I just like the way it looks with the 3. And this is what the back of your wreath is going to look like. All of the pieces are going to be pushed toward the front, and they're going to be fluffy and gorgeous. Now I'm going to go ahead and do those 4 sections on the bottom, and then we'll come back. Now this is what it looks like when we have the whole bottom part of the wreath done, and look how beautiful. I felt like SpongeBob, like in this it was saying 3 hours later, and now here I am. So the way that we are going to do the ears is the exact same. I just started off with pink, and I found that it was easier to do just the one. You know, the bunny ears are just a single wire. It was so much easier not having to fool and maneuver yourself around the other wires. So it went a lot quicker. But I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm putting 2 pink, 2 blue, and 2 white all the way around the ears. I'm going to go ahead and finish this little area, and then I will come back whenever I'm finished. And I hope that you guys are enjoying this video so far. I wanted to let you know that if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, hit that little red subscribe button and become a part of our family here on Crafty Kathy. We would love to have you, and we always have room for more. And if you would, hit the like button, that's the thumbs up button, because it really helps push me out there to people that have never seen me before. And I want to share my love with everybody, okay? So here we are when we are totally finished with the wreath, and I'm very proud of it, and I think it turned out beautiful. Now we're going to make a bow, and I'm using some of my favorite stuff to talk about. You know I can't never pronounce it. I know it's tulle, but why does it spelled so strange? It looks like tulle, toile, tulle. I do not know, but it's tulle. It's such an uninteresting name. But anywho, I've got the pink and the blue together, and all I'm doing is walking it down with my fingers in the middle. And then I'm going to pinch it in the center, and I'm going to just stick a little clip on there because we're going to tie some jute around it in a minute. It's kind of just like a little makeshift bow. It's going to go behind our bow to give it a little oomph. Now the ribbon that I'm using is just like a little gingham pattern. It's pink and white, and it came from Hobby Lobby. But they sell this exact same kind at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to show you how I make my bows. It's very simple. I just make 2 little loops like I'm going to be tying my shoes, right? And I just tie it together exactly like you would your shoes. And that's how I make my bows. It's very easy. I don't do all my bows this way, but this is a super simple, easy way to make a little finger bow. And then I just kind of maneuver it, play with it, get it exactly how I want it, and then I'm going to cut the tails. Now, I don't know if I said it already or not, but this bow does not have any wire, and that's why I put that toile tulle behind it, just to give it a little, you know, pop, so it'll kind of help it stand up and give it a little bit of body. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little pit berry that came out. I got it last Easter, but I'm sure it'll be back out again this Easter at Dollar Tree. And it's the beautiful different colors, very light Eastery colors. And I just made like a figure 8 with mine, and then used the excess to wrap it around the center to hold it on. I'm first going to put a little dab of glue on my toile, my tulle, and I'm going to place it what it looks like on the little bunny's ear, so it would look like she's got a little hair bow on. Then I place down my pit berry, and then I place down my gingham ribbon. And then I found the most beautiful little gem from Totally Dazzled. I don't know if you guys have ever like looked at the Totally Dazzled gems. They're only like $1 or $2 for each one, and they're a good little thing to pop on your crafts and just to give it a little extra something something. I'll leave the link down below so y'all can go and check it out. And my link already has my discount in it, so y'all can get a good discount. And another thing that I did was I took some baby's breath. This is the kind that comes from Walmart. Now, listen to this, guys. I didn't even use any glue. I don't like using glue if I can help it in my wreaths, because you can use the stuff later. All I did was pull this off, and it was kind of longish. And since I've got all of that tablecloth tied around the wire, it made it to where it's almost like it's just hugging that baby's breath. It held it right in place. So all I had to do was just slide it through the wire exactly where I wanted it, and it held it in place. It was perfect. It was probably the only thing that went right for me this week, because this was a bad week for me, y'all. I had everything in the world happen to me. Whatever could have happened, happened, okay? And so anyways, I just went all the way across her head, almost like it's a little tiara. And I thought that was just the cutest thing. I didn't like it when it didn't have when I just put the ribbon on. I just felt like it was still plain, and it didn't, do it for me. But when I put the baby's breath in, it just kind of made it like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. This is so cute. I kept fooling with more and more of this baby's breath until I had went all the way across her head, and it was as full as I wanted it, and I was 100% satisfied, so I finally stopped on that endeavor. I gave it a quick little fluff, and guys, I still wasn't totally happy yet. So I was looking around to try to find something, and I found these little flowers that I got at a thrift store. They originally came from Hobby Lobby, probably in their wedding section, and you just like glue them together to make whatever shape of flower you want. And so I glued 3 little pieces together, and I put a flower on one side of her bow and then one on the other side of the bow, and I was finally happy with this wreath. I hope you like it too.
So bad, all I feel is sad that I lost you, baby. Oh, I lost you, baby. I said goodbye with tears inside, calling out your name as you shut the door behind you. And now I wonder, why won't you come back? Love me, hold me, need me.
The next one is going to be a sweet little bunny lantern. I started off by taking a candlestick from the Dollar Tree. It was already painted black, and it was like late at night, and I wasn't about painting this thing, trying to spray paint at 10 o'clock at night. So I was like, okay, black will be fine. We can do black. And then I took just a regular wood round. I'm going to put some glue on it, and I'm going to glue it down to the top of my candlestick. And I cut out a piece of foam that was the size of the wood round and put it on the top. And I've got this little pair of bunnies that I got from the thrift store for like $1 or $2. And I like them the way that they are. But I'm just telling you, anytime that you take one of these little animals like this and you paint it white, like solid white, it just gives it a high-end look, and it brings it up a notch. And for whatever reason, these bunnies look so creepy with their black eyes. So please, for the love of all things that are great, please do not leave their little eyes black, because it looks so weird, and you'll wake up in the middle of the night and those little bunnies will be staring at you with those black eyes, and it's just so strange looking. But anyways, I just took the Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and what I'm doing is almost dry brushing these bunnies, because they had like all kinds of divots all over them, and it just went down in there perfectly, and it made them look like they were distressed actually. And you may not be able to find bunnies just like mine, but look, I got this bunny at the Dollar General. They come out with them every year, not the Dollar Tree, but Dollar General. They are $1 a piece, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take these bunnies, I have 3 of them, and I'm going to paint them all white. And I want to show you in just a second, a side-by-side, how it takes these little bunnies that almost look cartoonish to me. You know, they just don't look real. They're cartoony looking, and it takes them from that into something that's absolutely high-end looking. two of these little bunnies are holding a carrot. One says Happy Easter, and the other one's just holding his little carrot. And the other one is holding a little flower. Now, these are cute as they can be, and they remind me of the ones that come out at the Dollar Tree, the little bunnies that are like squatted over, but these have a lot more detail, and they're just $1 also. So if you can find these at the Dollar General, look for them, and you're going to be happy. Now, here is a side-by-side. Look at the difference in these, and you may not agree with me, but make sure you paint them eyeballs. I'm just telling you, or they're going to be crazy looking, and they're going to come and get you in the middle of the night. So here, I took some moss. I had to find this moss at the Hobby Lobby, actually, because I cannot find any that doesn't stink from the Dollar Tree. Like, mine has been having this weird smell when I get it from the Dollar Tree. I don't know what's up with that. I don't want to know. I just got me some from Hobby Lobby and called it, you know, one of those mysteries in life. I don't know. So all I did was just put a little bit of glue on the top, and then I just kind of used my fingers. And this is a no-no because you got to protect your fingers, guys. Don't be dumb like me and burn yourself every time. But I just kind of spread it out and used my fingers lightly, you know, and burn myself about 2 or 3 times. But I get the job done, and I just kind of patch it on the top. And I'm also going to go around this to make it look like that little floral foam is moss. Now here comes my favorite part. I'm going to be using this greenery, also the lamb's ear and the boxwood. I like to use 3 different types of greenery if I have it, because the different textures just really bring something to your project. Now, this is a wreath that I bought on clearance. It was like at the end of spring or something last year. I got it at Dollar General. I only paid like $1 for it. And I just pulled out all these little separate pieces. And what I like to do on any of my floral things is whatever I put on the left, I put on the exact same spot on the right. I like to watch that guy Ramon at home on YouTube, and he always teaches that what you do on the left, you do on the right, and what comes up must come down. I love him. But like, so in other words, he means by that, if you put something kind of up in the air, you're also going to put it on the exact opposite side, kind of going down. Like, for instance, this boxwood is kind of sticking up. The next little boxwood that I cut, I kind of aimed it downward. And I cut it according to where it would not be too long and sticking out and looking crazy. But you see here, I made this one kind of going down, where it's kind of going to flow over the side of that candlestick, whereas the other one was sticking up a little bit more. And I always follow that rule that what you do on the left, you do on the right. It just makes everything look very cohesive, and it just works. I mean, that's the way that you do your florals, and they're going to turn out pretty every time. I promise you. And just fluff them out, and just don't try to do too much, because my problem is sometimes I try to add too much and it gets too busy and kind of tacky. And we don't want tacky, we want pretty. So I took my little bunnies and I set them up on that little pillar of moss there so I could see what this is going to look like. And I figured out which part is going to be the front. And guys, this is so beautiful just the way it is. So I figured out where my little bunnies go, and I'm going to keep going with my project here. I put 1 or 2 more pieces of the little lamb's ear, and I absolutely love the lamb's ear from the Walmart, and the boxwood actually. I think it's just the best quality, and you can't get any better than that. It looks like the little bunnies are kind of hiding under the lamb's ear, and it turned out so pretty and soft. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put in my actual colors, or flowers, if whatever you want to call it. This is called greenery. It came from Dollar Tree last year, and this was my very most favorite floral that they came out with of all of last year at Dollar Tree. It had some cute little yellow pops in it, little purple pops. So I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to stick it right in front of the little bunnies so that we can give them a pop of color. And of course, whatever I do on that side, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So I kind of go behind them and put another little yellow piece. And then I start in with my little purple piece beside them. And I added in a couple of more little yellow pieces. I love these yellow pieces. I think they're beautiful. And they are perfect for spring and Easter. And they just bring in that perfect touch. Now, these are some little berries. I think they came off of the same sprig. I may be mistaken, but they're pinky colored. And I put one on the left, kind of toward the back of the bunnies, and one on the right there. Now I'm going to make a simple bow because I'm going to add these little bunnies to my lantern. I know you guys remember the lantern that I made at Christmas time. It's a staple in my house. I use it for all seasons. I just decorate it for the different seasons. And here all I'm doing is making like literally circles with my ribbon, and I glue it down in the back. I got this ribbon from Discovery Outlet last year for $4.99, and it was such a good deal. It's a huge ribbon. You see, all I did was just pinched it in the middle after I made my little circles, I guess you could call it, and then I put jute around it. This is just a very simple way to make a bow. And then the way that I make my tails is I'm just going to get a long piece of ribbon. I'm just going to cut it off, and I don't measure. I never measure. And I just kind of pinch it right in the middle of that ribbon, and then I'm going to put some more jute twine, and that is going to be my tails. And of course, I'm going to dovetail those. But you know, I liked this ribbon, but when I set it up on my wreath, I changed it because it was just too almost childish looking for what I had going on there. And I'm going to show you pictures of my bunny inside my lantern and outside. I don't have any light yet inside my lantern, and so it kind of made it a little bit more difficult to see. But it's so beautiful, I wanted you to get a great look at this, and so easy to make.
Tick-tock, the clock keeps ticking. I don't know what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where you are. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding, I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you. It's my fault, I messed it up, and I should have treated you much better, so much better. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you.
The last one is going to be some framed decor. In my craft room, I have an overflow of thrifted frames. It seems like every time I go to the thrift store, I find more frames. I don't need them, but I like ones that have unique, like something unique about them, something different. So we're going to do something with a couple of these so I can give it a new home. The first one that I did was this one with the little birdhouses on it. I loved the color that was originally on this one, but the birdhouses, I did not like them with all that color. So what I wanted to do was take some of the chalk paint in the color Ivory, which is Waverly, and I just gave this 2 full coats all over. The next one that I did was this smaller brown one. I absolutely love this frame, but I didn't like the color, so what I did was gave it 2 coats of my Debbie's DIY paint in the color Apothecary, which is my absolute favorite spring color of all time. I went over this one with my Debbie's DIY white wax and my waxing brush. I just went all over the whole thing, and then I wiped off the excess with a paper towel. I just absolutely love the way it looks whenever you wipe the white wax back, and it's so pretty, and it's really pretty with the color Apothecary. Now, I have a small piece of rice paper that I made myself. This is from one of my Google images, and I just picked the image of the little bunny, and I made it that small. And I will know that I want to put that on there. And then I went through my cardstock and found this beautiful piece of cardstock that's pink and white, and I just cut it down to the size of the frame, and then I placed it inside the frame. Then I took the rice paper image of my little bunny, and I just used my glue stick, and I put it down right on top of that paper, and that one was absolutely 100% finished. With this one that I had painted ivory, I went over it with Big Top because I wanted it sealed. It also helps the wax to be more easily managed. Like if you put antique wax or a black wax on over Big Top, or over just a clear wax actually, it will help it to where it wipes off more easily, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I did was used a little bit of Big Top, then I used just the Waverly's antique wax. I put it all over that, and it came off just like I wanted it to. I'm going to use an old hymnal page, and I'm going to place this in the inside of this one. Then I had some of my transfers, and I got these transfers off of Amazon. They are in my Amazon store in case y'all want any, and these had birds on them. So I just cut out this little piece that had a bird on her nest, and I'm just going to place this down and do it the exact same way that I do my IOD transfers. You just peel off the white backing, lay that down, and use that little tool that IOD sends with all of their transfers, and you just kind of rub as you're pulling that transfer up. And that's all I did on this one. I hope you like these.
Never thought it would be so hard. I grew up without a scar, just living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down.
If you guys stayed with me through this whole video, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I'm sorry that it took me a couple of days to get this video out. But my normal video days are Monday and Thursday at 6:30. Don't forget, just this week has been one of those weeks, and I apologize for that. But thank y'all for standing by me and watching my videos. Now, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that little red subscribe button that's about halfway down your screen on the right-hand side. And if you enjoyed this video and the content, if you would, give me a big thumbs up. That's the like button, because it really helps to put my video out there in front of people who have never seen my stuff before. Now, since today is Saturday and I'm just putting this video out, I may not have one out on Monday, so just watch the community tab and the post. I love y'all.